Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. No, it's been a while since I've done a stream, and I figured, why the heck not? Let me get on here and talk through some funny videos, some politics, and I don't know, it's therapeutic for me just to go through and talk about some of this stuff. I am redoing this stream. I got about halfway through this until I figured out that my connection was not good, so unfortunately I'm going to redo this video, which is absolutely hilarious. Let me make sure this stream is good this time. And am I still having problems? Hopefully not. No, it looks good, I think. So, alright. Yeah, so anyways, I am going to be in the process of moving, so you're not going to see a whole lot of videos from me in the next month or so. But I do have some time now and some energy, despite it being 8:30 and I go to bed early. But yeah, anyways, let's get into it. You got to watch this story. There's a couple twists and turns to it, which is absolutely wild. Watch this.
So fake me.
Hey, chill.
I just hit you again. What the you do about it?
Tell you what's gonna
For
happen.
the first time, we are seeing body camera video when Miami-Dade police say they were assaulted by a quadriplegic man. A case so unusual, even the judge at first appearance seems surprised.
I have truly never seen a case like this.
I'm sorry, this is funny. How is a quadriplegic guy gonna assault a police officer? Well, that's...
It happened May 1st. Police were called to the Southwest Miami-Dade home of Brian Amastha, also known as El Valiente, his stage name when he's performing music.
What? I'm telling you, there's some twists and turns to this story where you do not expect a quadriplegic to be some singer, star, online star. I don't know. I've never heard of this guy before, but how wild is that? Isn't that crazy? Hey, more power to him, man. But let's see how he assaults an officer. Watch
According
this.
to the report, Amastha and his mother, seen here in red, were involved in an argument. But when mom is put in handcuffs, this happens.
Nah, bro, don't fucking do that.
Brian,
No,
hey,
man.
stop hitting me with the
No,
chair,
man,
Brian.
stop doing
That's a
that.
battery on
You just said
When we interviewed Amastha back then, he told us this.
They claimed that I hit them with my wheelchair.
Did you?
I absolutely did not.
He said he did not hit him with his wheelchair, but let's go back to the very beginning.
fake me.
Hey, chill.
I just hit you again. What the you do about
Tell
it?
you.
He says he hits him.
Did you?
I absolutely did not.
The report stated that you spit at an officer.
Right. So I suffer from acid reflux, so I normally spit. And I spat like the totally different direction.
But this is the video.
You want to listen or not?
Amastha also told us
Blaming spitting on an officer for acid reflux is hilarious. And then the video shows him swearing at the cop right after he does it. Watch this.
Direction.
But this is the video.
You want to listen or not?
Amastha also told us
I'm sorry, this is hilarious. So you're like, how many different ways can a quadriplegic assault a police officer? It's like, well, bumping into him with your wheelchair and spitting on him. Those are the pretty much his only two options, and he did both of them. Which, the spitting part is not cool at all. But I mean, come on, bumping into you with a wheelchair. I mean, that's a bit much as far as an assault is concerned. But
So fake me.
oh, sorry.
the report stated that you spit at an officer.
Right. So I suffer from.
But this is the video.
You want to listen or not?
Amastha also told us he felt humiliated during his arrest
Are you laughing at me, bro?
because he was separated from his motorized wheelchair, which he says was damaged when it was put on a flatbed. You see one officer appearing to text someone, joking that they were going to put him on the tow truck.
Yeah, because
Officers later seen inspecting their legs. Amastha charged with 2 counts of battery on a law enforcement officer.
Oh, it's so funny. It's
And we
so
are told
funny.
that corrections did not have a transport van to transport Amasta with his wheelchair, and that's why officers on scene called fire rescue to take him and called a tow truck to take the chair.
I mean, so, you know, part of you feels empathy or sympathy for the guy in his condition, right? But he has such a poor attitude. Like, spitting on a cop ain't gonna get you anywhere besides in jail. And calling a tow truck for his wheelchair is also hilarious. And just the way they had to carry him off his wheelchair to put him in the car. It's the optics of the entire story are hilarious. I'm sorry. There's no two ways around it. Yeah, anyways, so I thought that was funny and just wanted to talk through it.
Here's the question that I have on that.
But let's go back here. Is this it?
Here's the question.
Yeah. So, if you guys remember, a whole whopping, I don't know, 3 weeks ago, when Joe Biden was the presidential candidate and the media was doing everything in their power to tell you that Joe Biden was not senile. It was glorious in some way because everyone with a set of eyes can see the condition this guy is in, and it's not good. They're saying, oh, he's sharp as a tack, and he's quick-witted, he's smart, he asks good questions, there's nothing wrong with him, this is the best version of Joe Biden I've ever seen, and all this kind of stuff, right? It's unfortunate that they basically orchestrated a coup to push him out and install Kamala that no one voted for, but it at least makes sense that they'd get rid of him, because even some of these folks, the propaganda was just so unbelievable. They probably couldn't even sell themselves on it, right? But just listen to how crazy it was. Again, this was like 3 weeks ago. I don't know, maybe a month. It's really not that long ago.
That I have on that. These two men are both elderly. Donald Trump is an elderly man who, for whatever reason, was given 9 seconds to take a iconic photo op during an active shooter situation. Weird situation. We'll figure that out one day. But his survival of that and bouncing right back and going right to his convention is being conveyed in the media world as a sign of strength. This current president of the United States is 81 years old.
And so their own footage shows him barely getting up a set of stairs, and they're going to try to tell you how strong he is. Anyways.
Has COVID. Should he be fine in a couple of days? Doesn't that convey exactly the same thing?
So she's saying, isn't Joe Biden getting over a cold the same thing as a candidate almost getting assassinated and getting shot in the face? This is legitimately what they were trying to say. And then even this clown of a person catches herself and says
that he's strong enough, older than
oh, it's not exactly the same thing, but let me let her finish.
To have gotten something that used to really be fatal to people his age. So if he does fine out of it and comes back and is able to do rallies, isn't that exactly the same? It's not exactly the same. It's not the same incident, but it's an elderly man coming through out of an illness.
I really miss this propaganda. Man, it was so great watching them trying to promote Joe Biden. But literally, they're saying him getting a cold. And look, they even say the symptoms remain mild. So he literally had a cold. Isn't it the same thing as getting shot in the face and coming through as a show of strength? Absolutely ridiculous. And then this clown number 2 over here goes, it should be the same thing, right? Man, who watches this crap? This crap of a show.
Here's the question.
And then you have Nancy Pelosi. Let's see what she's up to.
In a good place to make whatever decision, top of his game. such a consequential president of the United States, a Mount Rushmore kind of president of the United States.
She just said Joe Biden is a Mount Rushmore kind of president.
Want to know what comes next.
And then even this hack of a journalist, this pro-establishment lying sack of it, even she was like, you think he belongs on Mount Rushmore?
Belongs up there on Mount Rushmore. Lincoln and Joe Biden.
But you got Teddy Roosevelt up there, and he's wonderful. I don't say take him down, but you can add Biden.
I'm telling you, it's remarkable. It is remarkable what these folks get on TV and say. They have no shame. They have absolutely no shame in anything they say. Now, if you know me, I love these AI videos and stuff. I wish there was more of them. And we probably will see some more as the election gets closer, but this is so silly, but I thought it was funny. Let's listen.
Hello, and thank you for calling technical support. I am Kamla. How may I help you?
Yeah, hi. I got a pop-up on my computer, and it told me to call this number.
Okay, I can help you, sir. But first you will need to drive to Walmart and purchase $500 gift cards.
Well, great. I'm a Democrat, so that makes perfect sense.
So stupid. I'll admit, it's so stupid. But it's funny. I really can't wait until AI is good enough where we start questioning reality and start questioning, like, did that really happen? They got the voices down. The voices are down, but the videos, you saw Kamala's eyes kind of looked a little crazy there. Man, once they nail down the video and the lips syncing with the audio, it's almost going to be crazy because you're not going to be able to discern what's real and what's not. Anyways, yeah, get used to this AI stuff because whether we like it or not, it's coming. But this is real Kamala Harris, and let's see what she's been up to.
You know, we have to stay woke. Like, everybody needs to be woke. And you can talk about if you're the wokest or woker, but just stay more woke than less woke. Yeah.
What is so funny? What is so funny? And even this lady has a half grin on her face like, She thinks that's the funniest thing ever. Just saying, oh, you gotta stay woke. Okay.
You know.
And then this is recent as well.
So you're now no longer are you necessarily keeping those private files in some file cabinet that's locked in the basement of the house. It's on your laptop, and it's then therefore up here in this cloud that exists above us, right? Mm-hmm. It's no longer in a physical place.
I mean, I'm not like a super technological, knowledgeable guy, but I know that the data is being stored on servers. It's not in a physical place. Now, I don't know what she was trying to get at, but, you know, clearly, this lady's cooked. She doesn't know what she's talking about. If she's not reading a teleprompter, she starts giggling about being woke. Like, there's really no... And Kamala is incredibly unlikable. In my opinion, she's not to the Hillary Clinton level unlikableness. Because that's pretty high up on that scale. But she's a notch below Hillary Clinton. And I started thinking about, man, what is it that makes Kamala Harris so repulsive? And I think it's her phoniness. She's just an absolute fake person. Her entire candidacy is fake. She's fake. Her entire campaign is fake. Everything's phony. So say what you will about Trump, and he has flaws, but he's not phony. He'll get up and say what he thinks, say what he means. And you can dislike it and stuff, that's fine. But the one criticism of Trump is that he is not phony. You get what you get with Trump. And people can sniff this kind of crap out when people are just being phony. And once people know that you're phony, everything else you say, you can't be trusted. You can't be. It's these people that say anything they think that will have them attain more power. And that's certainly Kamala Harris.
So
And then you get her saying stuff like this.
these extremists want to roll back the clock.
And this is from her. This is from a teleprompter. So this is like a prepared speech she has.
To a time before women were treated as full citizens, before women could vote, before women could hold elected office, before many women could even own property. These extremists are trying to take us backward. Well, we're not having that. We're not having that.
You see what I'm talking about? How she's so unlikable. And by the way, like, her rhetoric is so stupid. We don't have anyone based enough to actually go along with these policies. No, I'm kidding. Kind of, am I? But if any normal person is hearing this, and you're at least halfway familiar with what her opponents think, obviously no one's thinking this. They want to take us back to when women couldn't own property. Are you serious right now? It's like, I don't know who she's talking to. I think it's literally high schoolers who don't know anything about anything. I mean, time will tell if that works, that strategy works or not. But I would like to think, for anyone with a half-functioning brain, this is complete nonsense, okay?
What else?
I got one more. And this one's a little more involved because a reporter asks her about inflation. And you get the exact answer you think she would get. And this is also why she doesn't do Q&A stuff. Everything she does is scripted. And every now and then, for reasons unbeknownst to me, maybe because she feels like she has to, she'll take questions from people. And this is why she really doesn't do it.
Are you going to do to fix this problem with inflation?
So she's saying, what are you going to do to fix the inflation problem?
Thank you. Well, let's
So
start
she glances at her notes because she has absolutely no idea. And then she's like, well, let's start with this.
Prices have gone up.
Okay.
And families and individuals are dealing with the realities of
Look, she's looking at her notes.
that bread costs more, that gas costs more. And we have to understand what that means. That's about the cost of living going up. That's about having to stress and stretch limited resources. That's about a source of stress for families that is not only economic, but is on a daily level, something that is a heavy weight to carry. So it is something that we take very seriously, very seriously. And we know from the history of this issue in the United States that when you see these prices go up, it has a direct impact on the quality of life for all people in our country.
Okay.
So it's a big issue, and we take it seriously. And it is a priority, therefore.
I'm telling you, she just spoke for a minute, over a minute, and said nothing. So the question was, what are you going to do about inflation? And she acknowledged that inflation impacts people. It's like, yeah, what are you going to do about it? And of course, her answer, I've seen this on Twitter and the other videos she's made, is price controls. She doesn't even know what inflation is. This is why it's so frustrating. And neither do, I mean, honestly, neither do the American people. They know the effects of inflation, because the reality is, as you probably know if you happen to watch this video, is there's two types of inflation, kind of, in vernacular at least. There's monetary inflation and price inflation, and the one precedes the other. If you increase your money supply, the consequence of doing that is an increase in price inflation. And these are things that even Kamala Harris doesn't know. And if she did, she's ignoring it because, you know, they want to continue to grow the size of the biggest government in the history of the world. And the last thing they want to do is cut government spending, because that is the only solution, long-term solution to addressing price inflation. Anyways. And listen, and Donald Trump's not good on this issue either. I mean, and to be honest, the price inflation we've seen over the last few years is really a direct result of what he did and our government did during COVID. They increased the money supply, unfathomably more than it was previously. And if you look at charts, I mean, it's like a hockey stick kind of thing, right? Goes through the roof, and this was the inevitable cause. Now, it takes time. It doesn't happen right away, which is why it happened under Biden's leadership, right? So Trump doesn't have a solution for this either, and that's the unfortunate thing, and that's why our money is going to continue to be devalued. Anyways, all right, what else we got here? Oh, this is a random video I saw, and I don't know what you think about these secret societies and this kind of thing, but Netanyahu spoke about a month or so ago. I believe this is the United States. And watch this guy right here. Watch what he does with his hand. The music thing's a little annoying. But he unnaturally puts his hands like this as a sign to him. He glances at it and sees it. And then he even kind of extends those two fingers out like horns, kind of, like that. But like, you don't just naturally grasp your hands like that. And I don't know what that means. And it certainly wasn't meant to be on camera. This was meant for him to just glance at. I would love to know more about that or what this means. But, yeah, there's something funky going on with that. Anyways, that's all I have to say on this. I don't exactly know what's going on there, but it's completely bizarre. Anyways, on a lighter note, if you guys are on TikTok at all, you've probably seen these Indian street food vendor videos and how unsanitary they are. You see that oil or whatever it is? That stuff got thrown into it. Looked black. Oh. Oh my gosh, can you imagine going there and eating? I would get so sick. I wouldn't even be able to make it home. Oh, he's just scraping it off that nasty table. Oh. Oh, no, don't do it. Oh. Oh, makes me sick. Well, anyways, I'm sure you've seen all these, right? Well, these guys put together this skit, and I'm telling you, if you've watched enough of these street videos, Indian street food vendor videos, this is absolutely spot on, and it is extremely fun. You gotta watch this if you haven't seen it. And they have the background noises and he has the towel around his neck. The dirty clothes. It's so stupid. And they got this kid back here just watching. This is fantastic. The way he's looking around. So funny. The towel on his shoulder. Oh, they're just getting it everywhere. This is exactly how these videos are. I'm telling you, it's spot on. They even added sound effects. Oh, utensils. I'm telling you, these videos are just like this. Oh, it's very funny. That is very funny. Alrighty. So, I saw this on Twitter. It was about a month ago. And this person said, fewer things scare me more than Disney adults, okay? And these folks are doing some ceremony of some sort. And in fact, I think I have a video of it. And first off, let me just say, there's a difference between adults going to Disney and being obsessed with Disney and kind of like what these guys are doing. So let me just watch this and I'll provide my thoughts because I kind of disagree with them.
Initiate Aaron! Approach! Kneel. By the right of council, by the will of the Force, I name you Jedi Apprentice. Rise and speak your name.
Rilo Storm Chaser.
Rilo Storm Chaser!
Woo! I mean, so you get the idea, right? It's like a bunch of nerds doing some nerdy stuff. They have some group and they have some hierarchy and they have this guy being knighted or something like that. Now listen, there's a million things worse that these folks can be doing. Yeah, listen, it's not for me, but that's okay. Let them enjoy their little club they got going on. There's nothing wrong with that. They're not hurting anyone. Yeah, it's a little weird, but you know what? Everyone's into weird stuff. I mean, I just got finished watching the Olympics, and I had it on for most of the time when I was home in the background, just kind of watching. I mean, there's sports that I don't even know about, you know? And I used to watch a lot of sports, but there's folks that jump on trampolines in the Olympics. Like, what? Jumping on trampolines? I don't even know what that is or what you're doing. You have fencing, which is weird. You've got people playing ping pong. You've got break dancing. They even had break dancing. I mean, listen, people are into niche things, niche hobbies, and there's nothing wrong with that. And so, like, making fun of these people, well, that's kind of like low-hanging fruit, and it's cheap, and I don't like it. Let these guys be nerds. Who cares? You know? So, I felt like getting that off my chest. I mean, let people enjoy their little hobbies. They're peacefully assembling. doing their corny thing, but that's fine. Look, I got a 3D printer behind me, 3D printing, and hopefully it's not too loud, but I have a 3D printer. There's a bunch of nerds in 3D printing community. And it's just it's a fun little hobby. So, as this guy says, he's scared of them. I'm not scared of these people. Are you kidding me?
All right.
Yeah, look at him, man. More power to him. More power to him. I don't understand it at all, but that's okay. It's a little weird. They're congratulating him. Look at him. Yeah, go get it. Maybe he worked hard to be knighted like that. Anyways, you get the gist of it. That's all I've got for you guys tonight. I'm tired. Had to start this stream over because some technical difficulties. I'm going to be moving in the next month or so, and so the next few months are going to be a little crazy for me. I'll be in a new location, so probably won't be able to do these for a little bit. So I thought I'd hop on later this evening and just try to record something. If you happen to have watched this far, give it a like, and I'll see you next time. Thanks, guys. Take care. Bye.